Hello, and thank you very much for joining me here at Angie B Crafts. So today I'm just going to be doing a page in my small pink pig journal. So this is a 4x4 inch journal. I've chosen a set of visible image stamps to use, and the main focal image is actually going to be this beautiful feather. And I'm going to do some stamping using Ecoline pens. So these are a watercolour brush nib pen, and I haven't used them much for stamping. I've only done it a couple of times, but I really like the effect. I'm also going to do some stamping with the black, and then I've got a black fine liner pen, so it's not going to be a complicated project. So the first thing that I'm going to do is get my feather, and I'm just going to pop it down on my page and then pick it up, because then I can figure out where I need it on the stamping block. Okay, so to start off with, let's go with a turquoise. I do absolutely love these. They've got a really nice brush nib on them. And then it's just a case of colour over the stamp. I'm sure you'll have seen this done. It's such a simple way of getting different colours. And you don't have to go out and buy every single different ink. But we're all very good, especially with Selly Telly. We kind of get enmeshed into the concept of buying everything that's out there. I'm as bad as everyone else. But we don't have to. We can use what we've got. So if you've got some watercolour brush pens, use them for stamping. So then I'm going to huff on it, and all that is breathe on it. So you can see we get a little bit of the condensation around there. And then I'm going to pop this onto my page. And there we get. Now it is a watery image that you get with this. You don't get the crisp image. But that's fine, it doesn't make it any less valid as an image. I actually really like the effect you get from it. So in between, I'm going to be cleaning off my stamp. I know this is something I rarely do. All I've used to clean it off is a little spray of water and my raggy. So the next colour I'm going to go for is pink. So let's pop some pink on. It's absolutely fab how these go on. Don't panic if it goes down into some of the lines. That's what's going to give you the watercolour effect. So don't worry. Be happy. I always think of the film Cocktail when I sing that song. Right, now this I know isn't going to stamp terribly well because I've not got it quite in the corner. But I'm not that worried. I'm going to give extra pressure and just see if I can get it to stamp. Oh, it's done better than I thought actually. Oh, that's good. I was worried that I hadn't. Now what I'm going to do actually is if I open the other page up, I'm going to show you what the second generation, so I've not added anything else to this. Let's just pop a second generation image down here. So how's that for a nice image? So you don't need to waste what's on there. Let's reactivate it with a bit of a huff. See if we can get any more out. I do like just experimenting like this. So we've got a little bit more, and then we'll go do 1/3 one. I'm just going to give it a quick blast with the water and then do another image. See what we get with that. I've not done this bit before, so I don't know. Oh, we just get a blob, but it's a blob that's feather shaped. And I'm just going to give that a rub. Give it another squirt just to get the worst of the colour off. Apparently pink stains a little bit. Who knew? I'm just going to dab that because I don't want it to go everywhere. Right, I'm going to alter the position of this on the block now because I want a third feather, but I want it about there. So I just needed it to change position. Right, and we're going to go with purple. So exactly the same, we're just popping the purple on. You can hear it squeaking. I think that's because there's now still got some water on it. And for the last one, we'll just pop it on like that. And lift. So we're getting more water because there's still some water left on there. Let's do another stamp. Oh, I know what we can do. Second generation over the top of this one and see how that looks. Ooh. There you go. So you can actually get a second generation over the top of a more watery image. So don't be afraid to just play with your stamps and what you can do with them. Right, so that's what I needed for the colour. Now we want to add, because this is designed to be to do with writing with a feather, that's the quill, we get a lovely little ink pot. So I'm going to put my ink pot on next. I'm going to pop my ink pot just here, and I'm going to stamp that in black. So I'm using my VersaFine Clair, which is the one that I use the most for doing most of my stamping. And I'm going to pop that just there in the corner. Now you'll notice that this isn't my usual stamping block. It isn't my All in Create stamping block, and there's a very simple reason for that, but I'm going to be honest about it. I haven't got around to cleaning this and it's absolutely pigging. So yeah, that's why I'm not using it. Now what we're going to do is take our sentiment. So I'm going to use the sentiment Imagination. And again, I'm going to decide where I want it. Do I want it across the feathers there? You do also get in this set Free Your. So we could have Free Your Imagination. Oh, I quite like that. Yeah, so I'm not going to stamp them together. I'm going to stamp them individually. Right, pop it on there, Angela. Let's do it the sensible way. And then pick it up on the block. So if, like me, you regularly misdirect where your stamping block needs to be to stamp onto something that's got a closed edge, pop your stamp on the work first and then pick it up. It's something I'm having to do more and more because I'm getting worse and worse at being able to judge. Do I want it at an angle? No, I think we'll do it relatively straight. I say relatively because I don't do straight lines very well. Free Your, and then we're going to put Imagination there. I love the font that they've used on this. It's very Shakespearean to my mind. Right, we'll do that in black as well. There we go. So there we have quite a simple page. So to finish this off, I think we need a couple of things. Now, one of the things that we have in this set is some blobs. Technical term, ink splats, blobs, whatever you want to call them. And I think having these in a couple of different places will be interesting. So I'm going to pop it down there because I think one needs to go that way. And then we can pick it up. But what I'm going to do with this is put a couple of colours on at once. So where did I put my pink? There it is. So we'll put a little bit of the purple on, and then we'll pop a little bit of the turquoise on. So it looks like a couple of colours have spilt, and it's in keeping with the colour scheme of the page. So we'll pop it like so. Oh, I do like these splats. Right, I'm going to give that a quick wipe off because I want to now add some of the pink on. But I think I might keep the purple. So if I go over the... Right, I'm going to go over the purple with the turquoise this time. And then go over the turquoise with the pink. So we might even get some purple in here, because if you mix turquoise and pink you tend to get purple. And I'm just going to pop it up in this corner up here. There we go. Right, and then just to finish it off, I'm going to pop a fine liner line around it. So I'm holding this really, really loosely, and I'm imagining that my teacher might come along at any moment and try to get my pen, and it has to be loose enough for them to be able to get it. Like so. And then I'm just going to do a little bit of scribbly scrawl here. And there we have a very simple page. So I hope you like that. Don't be afraid to use your water brushes to stamp with. You get very different images to when you actually use an ink pad because of the water that you then add in between. You can see we've got much more blobbiness, I suppose, than we have the defined lines are on this one. Less defined on this one, and then less defined again on this one, because we've added water in between. Now if you want to get them the same level of definition, then you can very simply put your stamp to dry in between times, but I'm not that patient. But I just think that's a really nice, simple way to get a very simple page in your journal. You could even, if we pop a bit of black card behind that, let me grab a piece, this could even become a topper for a card. So that would look quite nice as a topper. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.